Back out of the pits now comes number 3. What was the race leading car will now be in the hands of Matt Bell. But let's hear from Tony Wells, who's down with Nicola in the pit lane.
Back with Tony Wells now, who was in the lead for most of that. How does it feel passing it over to your colleague there?
Relief.
Oh, really?
Well, done my bit, haven't I?
I guess so, but I suppose you have to have a lot of trust in handing it over. You've done all that work and all that effort, all that focus, and then you give it to someone else. Isn't that daunting?
No, it's a team game. Matt's a good driver, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm completely happy. I put it on pole and give him 5 seconds, so, that's me done.
So Tom, tell us a little bit about your background. Where did you start from? How did you get started into racing?
Well, firstly, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, so I was born 21 years ago, which makes me feel old and young in a way.
You're not old.
So I started go-karts when I was 7. My dad brought home a go-kart for me, and I hopped in and I loved it. So my dad used to race as well, and he used to run a sort of servicing business for Saabs and Volvos, and now he runs his own race team in Australia. So started off in go-karts, and my dad always had this philosophy where we weren't going to move up until I could prove myself. So I took a few years off in karting, but my main sort of years in go-karting were when I was 15, 16, and I won a few big karting events in Australia, and then I moved up to Formula Ford, which is very competitive in Australia, and I did 2 seasons of that and won the Australian Championship in the second year.
Dave is hard at work in the workshop, working on this very old classic American. He's sanding away and taken many of the original parts out, replacing them with new refurbished ones. But I can't help thinking that maybe this time around, Dave has bitten off more than he can chew.
Well, we've come to the end of an epic weekend here at Brands Hatch. We've seen everything from near misses, crashes, torrential downpour to glorious sunshine in terms of the weather. But what has to be said is it has been a really wonderful weekend. Now join us next time when we'll be at the world famous Spa races in Belgium.